Welcome to another session of the Titanium Tidbit for the Morning Hum with host C. Maria Wall, aka the voice of relationship recovery and mediating Shiro, right here at our ground zero. It's time for your weekly motivation and inspirational discussion. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation and good vibes. Well, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each of you wherever you are listening to this Titanium Tidbit for the Morning Hum on this February the 16th of the year 2025. So, many of you, I know, especially here in the United States, there's so much uncertainty, and many of you have been sharing your stories of stress and anxiety. So here on the Titanium Tidbit for the Morning Hum, I try to give you some words of encouragement, motivation, and inspiration so that you can start your week off on a positive note. Now, some of you may be listening in other parts of the world where it's already Monday. But it's never too late to get that positive vibe. So that's what this program is all about. Now, how does it go? I simply pick a verse from the good book that relates to something that's going on in this world. And then I give my interpretation of those words and how we can apply them to our everyday lives. Today is no different. This week, I've heard from so many of you sharing your stories of anxiety and stress, especially the federal workers. And could we take a moment just to send some positive vibes to a lot of the good and deserving federal workers, not the ones that aren't? That's a show for another day. And, I'm just keeping it real because some of them have gotten away with a lot of things for far too long. But unfortunately, I think the way that this purging is being handled is improper, and they're doing it for a whole different set of personal reasons. So for all the good federal workers out there who have been trying to maintain, listen, I'm sending you the best vibes possible and my prayers as well. So today, I want to talk about your anxiety and your stress specifically. Wherever you are in the world, even if you're not here in the United States, but you're going through something and you've been going through something and you're stressing over things that you have no control over. Matter of fact, you don't even know whether some things are going to come your way or not, but you're still allowing stress to take up space in your psychological, spiritual, and health place. So, with that said, this week's verse that I chose is from Proverbs 20:25, and it's from the ESV version. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. Let me say that again. This is from Proverbs 12:25. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. So with that said, let's talk about this for a few moments. Many of us, as I said, we are under a lot of stress and anxiety because we don't know what's coming next. We don't know if we'll log on the next work day and see a letter of termination. We don't know anything. We just don't know in this country right now as a whole. So I say to you this: you should not allow the stress to sidetrack you from what you should be doing right now, which is preparing for any and everything. I did a show I believe it was last week. One of my programs was about preparation, was about being your own rescue. It was about asking the question, what are you willing to give up? So many of us, we've been living far above and beyond our means, And some people, yes, they make great salaries as a whole, but they've been living well above their means. What are you willing to do to start today? To start saving, to start putting away that money to make sure that you at least have next month's mortgage or rent or the utilities or whatever bills you have. What are you willing to do? Stop living paycheck to paycheck. We've been saying this for decades. I became close to debt free, and have my 800 plus credit scores across the board because I learned how to decide what I was willing to give up. What wants was I willing to leave behind so that I can maintain with my needs and get me to the point that I'm at right now. You have to prepare. So many people are going to wait until they get that letter. So many people are going to wait until the next ball drops. So many people are going to wait until that worst case scenario before they decide to take action. I say to you, if you're within the sound of my voice, take action now. You know, I can't sit here. I know that if something were to happen and they were to say to the person who's over me to pick one person from your team who has to go, no matter how good they are, no matter what they're bringing to the table, just pick that person. I know that I'm going to be on the chopping block. Why? Because they didn't like me when I first got here. They don't want me to be here. They've already tried to pull a race card with me. And I get quiet every now and then just to give you a chance to digest what we've spoken about and to figure out how you can use these words to make changes in your lives. And please, if you know someone who can benefit from our discussion, please share our programs. I would appreciate that because it is my hope to touch as many people throughout the world that I can before I take my last breath here on this earth. So, when you're in that place where you know that you're going to be the target, number one, no one else looks like you but you in the group. And they don't like you for that. They don't like you for the fact that you're older, and they want younger people who are more impressionable, who don't know which questions to ask. They don't know if they're being sold a bill of goods or not. But hey, you know, I've been down that road many times where I was forced out of a position and then someone that doesn't look like me got the position and then they upgraded it, paid that person more money, and they're about as qualified as my big toe. No disrespect to my big toe. So we have to prepare. We have to prepare right here where we are. And then we have to keep moving forward. We have to say something positive, whether it's we're going to make it through this day. Because those are words that I use. Those are my mantras. I'm going to make it through another day. When you suffer from depression, some of you, maybe depression is new to you. But if you're going through some storms, sometimes you have to say something positive to yourself. Even if it's let's make it through the first hour and then let's celebrate and then let's go for the next 2 hours and then let's celebrate and then let's go through the next 4 hours and then let's celebrate and then let's go to the next 8 hours until the day is done. And then you show gratitude at the end of the day. That's how this works. If we sit here and wallow in our sorrows are not going to solve a thing. We have to be proactive. We have to be our own rescue. We must do this. So don't speak negatively every morning, every afternoon, every evening. Don't go to work and keep talking about the what ifs. Sometimes it's good to just be silent, stay in your cubicle, in your office, at your desk, and keep to yourself to find some sense of peace. You still have the power. And I know so many of us, we're resistant to change, but Sometimes we have to, in order to survive, in order to move forward, and in order to thrive, we must change. And maybe this is the catalyst that some of us need to push us to our next level. So listen, if you want to talk more, there's several ways you can reach us. All of our programs here at Healing Through Hurt iTalk Radio Network are sponsored by the Wall Foundation Incorporated. You can check out the website at the Wall Foundation Inc. That's inc.org. There's also contact forms on the website. You can also give us a call and say, hey, Maria, I heard the show. I have a story to tell. I just need a listening ear. Our number is 202-618-2556. That's 202-618-2556. And if you want to email us, I accept emails personally at letsgrow@cmariawall.com. That's letsgrow@cmariawall.com. And if you want to put pen to paper, our mailing address is Post Office Box 272 in Randallstown, Maryland. That's Post Office Box 272 in Randallstown, Maryland. 21133 is the zip code. And if you're out and about and you ever need that boost of motivation and inspiration, do a web search for Healing Through Hurt iTalk Radio. Our icon is a butterfly on a pile of fall leaves. So if you see that, or you click on it and you hear my voice, or usually Miss Tori Lee's good music playing at the beginning of the program, then you know you're in the right place. So before we go into our breathing exercises, I want to pray each and every one of you enough. I want to pray you enough sunshine to brighten your rainy days. I also want to pray you enough rain to make your gardens grow beautifully. I also want to pray you enough smiles to turn the frown that you've been carrying around upside down. But most of all, I want to pray you enough strength and courage and hope to face whatever may be at your door coming your way from this very moment and beyond. We're going to continue to walk this journey called life together. I am right here with you. I'm living proof that you can make it through almost anything. My journey is continuing, and we're going to continue to walk this road together. So with that said, listen, time for our breathing, lying or seated positions, because our eyes are going to be closed. We are about to start in So everybody where you need to be, because we're about to start. We're going to inhale, eyes closed, lying or seated position. Now exhale, let all that stress and anxiety go. One more time, inhale. Now exhale. Let's do it together one more time. Inhale. Now exhale. Exhale all of that negative energy. Now just lie or sit. Be still with your eyes closed for the next minute or so, and then we're going to end our program. When the chimes stop, you know that it's time for us to end our program. You can go back to your day, but before we go, I want to wish you the best of everything, and I want you to have the best day possible, even if you don't believe that you can or you do not want to. Let it go. Just be still. And I'll see you back here again next Friday night at 8 p.m. for Healing Through Hurt iTalk Radio. And then Saturday at 8 p.m. for Focus 40 Plus Global Chat Cafe. And then next Sunday morning at 8 a.m. all Eastern Time U.S. for the Titanium Tidbit for the Morning Hum. Until next time, have the best day possible. I'll see you soon.